ground transportation, and on airport shuttles to the rental car terminals and parking are located at designated curb area. Please follow the overhead signs or proceed to the information booth in baggage for assistance.
Welcome back, guys, to some Failure Friday action. As you can see, we're in the Zibo and we are at Denver International. We're going to fly to Salt Lake City. Total distance is 428 nautical miles, which I believe is going to be the longest, probably the longest trip that we've done for Failure Friday. Hopefully that helps us out, get some decent failures, something interesting today. Plus we're flying the Zibo, which has a lot of system complexity, so not sure what to expect, as usual. Haven't done anything to the plane. We've got the GPU connected, but I have not done anything to overhead panel. Haven't even opened any doors, so we'll go ahead and get started working on that stuff. The first thing I want to do is make sure that the front door is open, which I don't remember. Here we go. Forward entry. There we go. Heard it open. Nice. Up to the overhead. Get our battery switch on. Standby power. Check the ground power. You can see it's showing there. Select the ground power. Put it on the bus. We're good. Just finish this up. Go ahead and start all of our hydraulic pumps. It's been a while since I flew this. Arm the emergency lights. Logo light can come on. Position on steady. Anti-collision. Don't need wheels. No. Seat belts around here somewhere. Keep that on auto for now. And yaw damper a little bit later. I can go ahead and set up the air conditioning for when we get APU on. And APU bleed and bleeds off. Come back for that in a minute. That'll do for initial setup. Oh, and align the IRS. That might help. It takes a little bit of time in this airplane.
9402, roger, check the canceling IFR. Surveillance service terminates with me.
Let's see, Kata and Kilo, Delta Echo November.
To follow currently at 50 miles an hour.
Okay, check, go close view on the ground, cleared on range 9402.
And before we do anything else, we'll do our load for the flight. Let's steer this out so I can figure this out a little bit more easily. Block fuel, 14,000. The zero fuel weight we need for this flight is 133,524 pounds, and we are at 91,200. So payload is 42.3. Yeah, it's been doing that for a while. On my screen, it's perfectly fine. Let me look at, see if there's like a setting or something that I'm missing in Streamlabs. That started like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I might just turn the mouse off.
Center on course 3211 with your level 200.
On course 3211, enter good day. What's your best forward indicated airspeed you can do for me today?
Doing 270 right now.
That is super annoying.
On course 3211, roger, okay. First spacing, maintain 270 knots or greater.
Okay, 270 or greater on course 3211. Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, no problem.
Well, I'm not going to waste too much time trying to figure it out now. I'll try to do it later when I'm not doing a stream. Sorry. Alright, zero fuel weight. We are good there. Everything's loaded. This guy's cleaning.
We have 2.
Jazz 513, good day, see your indicated airspeed.
Yeah, like I said, everything's fine on my screen. It's just on the stream for whatever reason. So I think it's something with OBS. I'm not really sure how to rectify that though.
Delta
Alright, we're gonna get our
2247,
weather.
16.5, climbing flight level 210.
Delta 2247, enter good day, climb flight level 280.
Climb flight level 280.
Kilo, Delta, Echo, November, airport information, Delta, 0753, Zulu, weather, wind, 213, at 9, visibility, 10, sky condition, ceiling, 1000, broken, temperature, 19, dew point, 15, altimeter, 3010, advise on initial contact, you have information, Delta.
There you go, information Delta. As always, ground control today, 121.85.
Westjet 204, enter good day, climb flight level 280.
280, Westjet 204.
And clearance delivery 118.75. We're in Denver, going to Salt Lake City, Kilo Sierra Lima Charlie.
There's a very good day, Takeoff, Charlie, November, Romeo, IFR, Montreal, with Oscar.
See, foot 4 Sid, then direct to Echo Kilo Romeo,
To Montreal.
and then on to the arrival. That was easy.
Depart runway 18, box 3473.
Take there's 3473.
Roger, plan route, runway 183473 this one. Thank you. Charlie, November, Romeo, right back.
Ground control tower 124.3.
Ground into Canada 1025. 1025 ground?
Yeah, looks like we have to wait for our gate here, 22.
So our wind's 213 at 9. I'm not sure how often this runway is used, but we're going to take 25. Foot 4 departure via runway 25. No transition. Arrival. Let's have a look and see what the weather is doing there. Salt Lake City. 240 at 4. They're all north and south runways. There's one that goes a little bit more to, so runway 17 there. The arrival should be the same. So we'll do the ILS 17. The arrival is Leahy 5. So transition. And I'm not going to put a transition for the runway. We'll just fly vectors once we get there.
Hey, Alpha Cross 31.
Route activate, execute.
1314 on Bravo.
See what this looks like.
Brown was just 832 and 8 push back.
Today, 32 ground pushback, start your scrub.
That was amazing. No discontinuities on the first go. Nice. Alright, that works. Performance. That's super fun stuff. IRS is aligned now. PFD came on. Reserves for our flight are 4.8. Cost index. Oh, no.
it's just,
No, go 100.
Today, 32 ground runway 31 departure, pivot 29.
Flight level 360 for cruise.
Hotel, Charlie for runway 2.
Cruise winds 230 at 62. Ice deviation plus 12. Trans altitude 18,000. plenty of runway, so we're going to derate as always to outside temperature. Runway winds 213 at 9.
On apron 5, ready to taxi for 8.
Dry and back to this page. Let's see. Flaps 5.
Whiskey Charlie, also ground runway 18 at Papa is approved. Altimeter 29er 69er. Taxi Charlie, cross runway 31. Then Hotel, Foxtrot, cross
Trim
25,
4,
and then via
88.
Papa for runway 18.
Okay, we're on apron 5.
Ooh, yeah. Hey, how's it going, McFaddy?
Foxtrot and Papa.
We are indeed flying the big boy. My thought is, like, the more complex the systems are, probably the more likely you're going to be to have a decent or interesting failure. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, I was thinking it was between this and the Cessna 210 with the rep pack, which is good, but it would have been fairly easy to deal with most of those, eh? Well, I'm thinking about get our barrow set up here. Here's a question. So the mouse is still off. So what I'm like right now, I'm hovering over the standby artificial horizon. And you guys are seeing it probably somewhere over to the left, right? That's got to be an issue with OBS, but I have no idea where to look to fix that. Let's see, V2 148. Up and to the right, okay. Let's see, departure heading for us, 262 degrees.
We're getting Air Canada 1172 is ready to taxi for 36.
Canada 1172, ground runway 36 for departure, altimeter 29er 906, taxi via Victor, Hotel Charlie, cross runway 31 for 36.
36 and 2996 or 101172. Ground is zip 6267, gate 28.
I mean, it's not like a huge issue, but it would be nice if it was solved. I don't know why that happened. It just started probably a month ago, maybe 3 weeks ago.
That'll be great, thanks.
I just haven't delved too deeply into why or how to fix it. 4,300 feet, so 45. Alright, flight plans. Let's see if the flight directors give us LNAV and VNAV.
And Winnipeg ground, good afternoon. Echo Mike
I have
Alpha,
no what
Medevac.
I'm missing.
Come under the dog leg for taxi.
Echo Mike Alpha Medevac, ground runway 31, altimeter 29er 907, taxi
There we
Charlie.
go. How about that?
Okay, 2997, Mr. Charlie, Echo Mike
Nice.
Alpha, Medevac would be priority on this departure.
Priority, alright.
Alright, I think we're good to go for the most part. I'm going to go ahead and start the APU. Sure, do we have any fuel in the center tanks? We do not, so we can get all the fuel pumps on.
Air Canada 1026 from ground. Yes, you can plan 31 for departure.
Okay, we'll plan runway 31 for the departure, Air Canada 1026, thanks.
Without looking at it now, can you give me the gist? Is it something I can fix quickly without, like, interrupting the stream? Oh. Yeah, I'll fix it after this. Thank you. Let me open that in another tab, too, so I don't forget. Appreciate ya.
Ground Northwest 793, clearing 36 for Juliet 18.
Northwest 793 ground, good afternoon. Taxi Tango, Fox across runway 25, Whiskey 28.
Northwest
There we go. So
793.
now the APU is generating power. We can get that on the bus. Disconnect ground power. See ya. And start loading some folks on the airplane. I'm kind of OCD. Like sometimes I'll go check out the like I upload the streams to YouTube afterwards, and sometimes I'll go look, and it's been annoying me. I just haven't really, for whatever reason, been too motivated to fix it. Alright, so as soon as we get the engines fired up as normal, we'll start the failures then. Just to make sure everything kind of gets planned and gives us a higher probability of having a
Ground to
failure
cockpit, plan acknowledged.
in the air.
Call me through the menu when you are ready.
Canada 1026 ground, runway 31, altimeter 2907, taxi out Victor or Sierra, Hotel and Charlie.
Okay, Victor, Hotel, and Charlie are Canada 1026.
There we go. Got folks on board. That was pretty fast, eh?
Pacific ground, good afternoon. We're saying 964, just coming up to the dog leg, requesting taxi clearance, yeah.
Okay, 964 ground, runway 36, altimeter 2907, taxi Charlie, hold short 31.
97, we'll taxi Charlie, hold short 31, we're saying 964.
Alright, seatbelts. Anti-collision lights. We'll call our pushback there.
Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up. Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
How often do you see these kind of pushbacks in real life? I mean, usually you see the little
So
tugs with the
connected
tow bars.
and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Yes, sir.
Pacific ground, just go back.
Alright, here we go. Getting close to our engine start.
Starting pushback,
Charlie,
and you may start
taxi
engine.
end of 1 3, left on Charlie, apron 5.
Northwest Charlie, taxi end of 13, left on Charlie, to Apron 4.
Let's see. Packs off. Start with engine number 2 as usual. The little red boys. Guess you're not much of a tube flyer though.
Wish 102, ground runway 18, altimeter 2970, taxi Whiskey, Foxtrot, cross 25, and then via Tango for runway 18.
Hey, runway 18, check 970, Whiskey Fox, cross 25, and then Tango
Oh.
for 18, watch out.
Well, you're also not a real tube flyer in real life. But I was talking about in real life too. I always see like the I can't see those little guys. They look like a baggage cart, but you attach them to like a big yellow tow bar. continuous. Let's see, Gen 2 is making power. Let's go Gen 1. Engine number 1. You should try it. I think I actually started in X-Plane on the tubes. I wasn't super interested in GA at the time.
Ground, good morning, West 831 for...
So many systems, yeah, boy. But when you actually do a flight, it makes you feel like you accomplished something. I don't know how to describe that.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Okay.
Disconnecting tow.
Engine number
Stand
1.
by.
Winnipeg ground, Fox Delta Mike
It's
X-ray.
making power, so get you on continuous, put you on both. These guys on the bus.
Taxi Hotel, Foxtrot,
And we can kill the
and then
APU.
via Tango for runway 18.
APU bleed off, engine bleeds on, PAX, auto. Alright, air conditioning, window heat. So, probe heat. What am I missing? Generators are on, APU is off, start switch is on, continuous, probe heat on, anti-ice don't need, air conditioning set, flaps set, stabilizer trim set, flight controls we will check, and recall.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal will be on the right. We'll see you next time and have a great flight.
True, a sense of pride and accomplishment. Unless, the worst part is that when you do the whole flight and you have a shitty landing,
Proceed on Charlie, hold short, runway 3.
'cause I feel like you're setting up all of your flights just for the landing, right? And if you have a bad one, it makes the whole thing feel bad. RTO. Alright, our engines are on. Wait till we get this hand signal from... Oh, sweet buddy. Alright, flight configuration. Failures set 400. Done. Apply. RIP. Taxi light.
40 ground, proceed on to golf, hold short, runway 1.
Double check. Oh, yaw damper. Everything is good up here.
At the Golf Glacier 9006 is ready taxi for departure. Are you for 2? We have
I think we're good to go.
906, give way to the Canadian North Under Toll.
See if we get any takeoff configuration.
69er, taxi Bravo, tower 1183 on the trip.
Let's go.
906, Bravo 2 is approved, break Encore 3237 taxi.
Southbound Deck 560 at executive, ready for taxi.
Wind calm, altimeter 296 taxi Bravo.
Alright, we'll take
contact
Alpha
tower
Alpha
183
to
on the
Golf.
Bravo Alpha 183 short.
There it is. The good thing about this is that there's like an issue, a significant issue, it's going to pop up on the ECAS system, which should, so this blank MFD is for that reason. If it lights up with something, it'll kind of tell you what the problem is. Hopefully.
ground at 1485, Alpha 4, short Alpha for 70.
Mission 1485, roger, just continue holding short of Alpha. There's traffic, could be right to left in front, and Embraer, the United. You see them?
Yeah, got it.
Mission 1485, thanks, behind him, cross Alpha Oscar.
Alpha and Oscar 8 behind the Embraer, West at 1485.
Guess we missed all the cabin announcements.
Ground on course 3274, request taxi.
Flight code 3274. Ground runway 02, wind calm, altimeter 2969er, taxi Quebec Alpha, contact tower 1183, holding short.
Quebec Alpha over to tower on course 3274.
Ground Jazz 149 at gate 70, ready to push to start. Jazz 149 ground, push 70, your discussion. Push your discussion, Jazz 149, thank you. Ground was at 1447.
Transponder TARA.
1447, taxi Alpha Alpha Delta
Lights.
to the apron.
Alpha Alpha Delta was at 1440.
Clear for departure. Jazz 149, continue the taxi, taxi runway 02 out Alpha Charlie
Switch
Alpha.
you to tower, and departure control is 126.1. Still nothing on the ECAS. It's positive. Lights are set. Transponder is set. We are on the right radio frequency for the runway. Let's get out of here. See ya.
April 7529 on Delta, short of 28.
April 10529 Tower, good evening. Traffic landing runway 24 right, holding short of your runway. Contact departure airborne, clear for takeoff runway 28.
Okay, check remarks, and we are clear for takeoff, runway 28, departure near, April 7529.
Bridge 1806 Heavy Tower at the 319 rolls, line up runway 23.
Oh yeah, to the 319, line up and wait 23, Rouge 1806.
What happened with the winds? The winds were 220. Should be taking off runway 16.
80 knots. V1, rotate.
Yeah.
Positive rate.
Air Canada 870 Heavy Tower, line up runway 24 left.
Line up 24 net there, Canada 870.
It's totally normal crosswind
400.
takeoff there.
One thousand.
Air Canada 411 Heavy Tower, Q400 traffic short final, wind calm, clear to land, runway 24 left.
Clear land 24 left, Air Canada 411.
Core 3216 Delta 2 cross runway 24 right.
Delta 2 cross.
Departure Canada 191 and the climb through 2300 to 5000.
Canada 191, departure identified, climb 7000.
QS 7000 Canada 191.
Thanks.
Alright, autopilot's on. So there's some altitude restrictions here before Corona. Below 11,000 and 12,000 above for rapids.
Departure Baffin 20 through 2000 for 5000. Baffin 20, hello, you're identified, climb 7000. Climb 7000, Baffin 20. Canada 191, turn left, heading 330.
Left 330 Canada 191.
How long is the flight? An hour and 11 minutes according to the operational flight plan. That's assuming nothing goes wrong. I'm kind of screwed though if it does, because in between here and there it's basically a bunch of mountains. There aren't particularly a lot of airports. Like, for example, here we've got the airports on the screen, so you can see a couple here, but as soon as we get past this first range of mountains, there's like Aspen and Telluride. Can't land a 737 in either of those. Full auto brakes, hard reverse. Yeah, I guess it could do. We'll give you the old college try.
Canada 191, climb to flight level 230.
230 Canada 191.
Good thing good thing I removed the landing rate plug-in. That would be a hard one, eh? Alright, while we're thinking about it, let's do this. Approach. We're doing the ILS 17. Let me double check the winds there are still the same as they were. Oh, even better. 150 at 5 knots. Actually, we can take the 16s. That puts us closer to... Let's do 16 right. ILS 16 right, execute, and double check it didn't make any discontinuities.
2660, climb 2.1 for 5000. Westjet 2660, you're identified, climb 7000.
Alright, ILS 16 right is 111.9.
Baffin 20, turn left, direct Tony and on course.
That's active in the nav, radios, and the runway heading is 164 degrees. That looks a little... Why? That's weird that they would keep you below 12,000 for this, eh? Wait. Should be climbing right now. Here we go. We are not climbing. Alright, so it's not following the VNAV anymore.
660, turn right, heading 160. Right to 160, let's just turn 660.
No, I think it might have been because I changed the landing runway. So the system that we got is fine.
Endeavor 5096.
So what was the VNAV profile before? Probably changed.
Endeavor 5096, your radar identified. Maintain 5,000.
The altitude restrictions are in the FMC though. So I can see you got to be above 16,000. Oh shit. Let's do this. Get on up there, buddy. Above 16,000 and 4.5 miles. We can do it. Yeah, hold on a second. Cruise altitude 360. Hello? There we go.
That's the 2660 roll, heading of 150. Okay, heading of 150, west of 2660.
Just make sure to get above this altitude restriction, and then I'll see if VNAV will re-engage.
Endeavor 5096, climb 7,000. 7,000 now.
There you go, let's see. Appears to be now. I don't think that was a failure. I think it was probably a bad time to change the arrival runway. Some sandwich clouds, a little bit of chop.
Departure 17475 with you through 2,200 for 5,000. Mission 475, you're identified, climb 7,000. Climb 7,000, west of 475. Mission 2660, climb to 15, 15,000. Climb 15,000, west of 9. Endeavor 5096, turn right, heading 150. 150, I'm heading. Endeavor 5096. West at 475, turn left, heading 330. Left 330, west of 475.
At this time, you may use your portable electronic devices to remember yourself and stay in the all position until we land in Los Angeles. Also, folks, while that seatbelt sign is on, you must remain in your seat with your seatbelt securely fastened until the captain feels it safe and turns it off.
Chinook 9852, you cleared to the Ponce Leash from airport for an approach. Crossing restriction at move still in effect.
Okay, let's pick that. We could probably cancel the IFR actually, that might be helpful.
Chinook 9852, roger, okay, check your canceling IFR. Company traffic's now on what looks a 9-mile final in Scotland, 34,500 feet. I have no other radar observed traffic between you and the field. Surveillance service terminates with me. You're cleared on frequencies at this time, and you can call me on the ground to close out.
Okay, check, cancel then, we'll call you on the ground for Chinook 9852.
It's pretty smooth now. Wing lights still on? Yeah, turn you off. And we'll turn the seatbelts off. Give them a little announcement ding. There we go. Looks like VNAV, everything's working now as it should be. That was my mistake.
Jazz 3 when ready to send 10,000, the Edmonton altimeter 2979er.
2979 down to 10,000, I'll discuss for Jazz 383.
Yeah, not many airports around here. So there's Aspen. I can't remember the name of that one. Obviously, neither of these would be a great place to land a 737. I always feel like I should be getting ahead of the flight, trying to find the next thing to do, but I'm not really sure. Right now,
Delta
everything's set.
2247 contact center 134.9er. Good day.
349 Delta 2247, good day.
Approach control for us 121.1
Flash
in
at
Salt Lake City.
204,
Assuming we make it that
contact
far.
center 134.9. Good day.
349, question 204, take care.
Aspen down there somewhere under the clouds.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've reached our cruising altitude. Lines are smooth, so I'll turn the seatbelt sign on. I would like to ask you two favors, though. Please keep your seatbelt fastened while seated, just in case we do find an unexpected bump. Also, please don't pull the line to bridge to the forward galley laboratory area.
Center 124.85. Good day.
2485, Jazz 204. Yeah. Center Chinook 9402 on the ground at Compton.
Check 9.02, Roger. Those are your flight plan. Good day.
Taxi.
Encore 3211 when ready to send 10,000, Edmonton altimeter 2979er for spacing, best forward speed in the descent.
1,000 ready on 2979, we'll give you your best speed, descent on course 2211.
Center, hello, Encore 4066. For 210, just making the turn for Zappa.
Encore 4066, Center, good day. Your research to Firebag Airport, by present position, direct to Flexon, direct to Fort McMurray VOR, direct to Dabley, direct.
Okay, reclear to the Firebag Airport, by present position, direct. That's direct McMurray, direct Dabley, direct Encore 4066.
Roger.
I'd be a little disappointed if we made it all the way there with no failures. I mean, knock on wood, but so everything's just going according to plan so far. So if there's a fire, we grab one of these guys. The alternate gear release box is back here.
Center, Cessna 182, Foxtrot Sierra India Hotel.
Cessna 182, Foxtrot Sierra India Hotel, and go ahead.
Yeah, Foxtrot here into Hotel. I'm 10 to the north of Lac La Biche at 4,000 feet on a VFR flight from Lac La Biche to...
Well, technically, the one flight that we had without
just going through the
failures
north end
was
of the
after
base,
we
looking
reset
for
the failure that we had on
following,
takeoff.
through the South Oil Sands area.
So whatever there was like some sort of control linkage issue where the plane was uncontrollable, it wouldn't take off. And then I just reset the failures and then took off again, and then everything went fine. So yeah, I've had a failure every flight. Obviously too early, we're just now getting to cruise.
I'll keep watching for you there. I'll let you know when
Still
I pick
plenty
you
of
up
time
again.
to go.
And I'll have flight following for you at that time. I currently have no IFR traffic in the south end for you to pass.
And we're only 15 minutes into this flight.
1,000 to go.
Nope, that's it. Well, I mean, unless I wanted to induce a particular failure. No, I just set the mean time, and then whatever it is, whatever decides to fail, fails. Well, it defaults to 10,000. I've set it to 400. I can't remember. I think I started it at 500.
Jazz 33, contact arrival 120.5. Good day.
K20.5, good day to you as well, Jazz 33.
I'm guessing that probably 10,000 is probably close to what you might expect, or something that would be reasonable in real life, where, you know, every X amount of hours you might get some sort of fault, but I don't know. I think Finn said he turns his on in general. I wonder what his are set to. Cruise on top of descent in 179 miles. It seems long.
2 calls at once. First, Jazz 513, descent to 10,000 when ready, and altimeter 29er79er.
Shadow 10, 10,000, discuss Jazz 513.
To be fair, though, or maybe to be honest, there's so many systems that are modeled for failure in the default X-plane settings that more often than not they're fairly benign things. Like I did the 767, I believe, on the second stream that I ever did Failure Friday, thinking, oh, you know, there's tons of systems, tons of things that can go wrong, but then what? The MFD on the first officer side quit. That was it. I think the landing gear failure was to date probably the most significant one. Yeah, I think so. I mean, that's part of the reason I do it.
431, reduce their speed 250 knots indicated.
It's also, like, it makes you a little nervous. And you don't know what to expect at all. I mean, I guess it's kind of like that in real life, but usually when you're watching someone stream, or when I'm doing a flight by myself off stream, it's usually, I don't have failures on for the most part. It's a lot different. There's more airports around here than I thought there'd be.
Center, hello, Encore 3131, level 250.
Encore 3131, center, good day, landing runway 25, Fort McMurray, Edith Hotel. Clear direct flex on course.
Okay, we'll get hotel direct flex on course, Encore 3131.
WestJet 431, descend 10,000 at altimeter 29er79er.
10,000, 2979, airport 31.
On 43211, contact arrival 120.5. Good day.
20.5 now, 43211, good day.
Jazz 513, contact arrival 120.5. Good day.
20.5, Jazz 513, good day.
Sugar 402, how's the ride there?
The ride is up for Sugar 402, it's been through the whole way.
Perfect, thanks.
Dang, that headwind though, 71 knots. Ground speed's below 400 knots, so it'll take a little while. 150 nautical miles still to go. Jeez. Alright, well that actually probably will increase our chance of failure. We'll be in the air for longer than I expected. This so far, I believe, is the longest flight that we've done for Failure Friday.
Jazz 221, clear direct to Yellowknife.
Can we go direct to Gadab for Jazz 221?
Both.
Sure thing, clear direct Gadab.
Direct Gadab, Jazz 221, thank you.
With the arrival that we're doing in the vectors to final approach, it'll be over 420 nautical miles. And now with the headwind, it's going to take us a little bit longer in cruise than I expected. So yeah, both.
Okay, Blue 1554 is coming to 14,500 for 210.
North Cable 1554, at center, climb by level
You can see the,
230.
oh yeah, you can see the wingtip from the
Level
cockpit.
230, okay, Blue 1554.
This is the most up-to-date, this is the Zibo update that came out yesterday as well. I'm gonna have a look around back here. Nothing to do. So, plane will be fine, right? What can go wrong? Ooh, click spots.
Check 9402, clear Compton Airport, forward approach, cross, move at a 6,000 airport.
It'd be funny if I was back here and all of a sudden you could see a bunch of flames shooting out of the back of the wing.
Okay, roger, and terminate.
We'll have to wait. I'll just have a quick check while we're out here. That's good. Engine 1's okay. Engine 2 looks like she's hanging in there. You can turn the passengers on in the Zibo. I'm not sure if I can do that mid-flight. I'll show you. They kind of look like, I turn them off because when you back here, they look like little Cronenberg nightmares. Obviously not many polygons. Everything okay up here? No warnings? Let's see. So that would be in visual settings, maybe? Passengers, let's see.
Last call, again.
Just 383, flight level,
Actually, they look better than I remembered them. Got Paul Walker over there. Phoebe from Friends. Guy has a really tiny head. It'd be funny if they made the people that were in the economy section look poor, or more poor. There you go. It just looks like a little weird when you walk out and no one's moving. And they've got this shine on the top of their heads. Nah, dog, not for me.
Check 9402, check out the IFR, and I'll still get your report on the arrival on this frequency.
Check out road cancel, and we'll report on this frequency went down for check out further.
Jazz 221, center 124, decimal 85.
2485, Jazz, you want happy day?
The Langoliers movie, I don't get that reference. I'm not much of a movie guy, to be honest.
9852, looking for lower 5 now, runway 09.
Just 113 nautical. We are creeping today. 73 knot headwind. Ground speed is still under 400 knots. Stephen King book. What was the reference though?
Roger,
the shiny people?
Service this time, clear down route frequencies, report your arrival on this route.
Center, good day, Encore 406618, climate 210.
Encore 4066, center, re-cleared fire bag by a direct Lexon, direct McMurray.
Let's do a field check here.
Okay, we're clear direct Lexon and Lexon Fort McMurray VOR.
Racer, expected fuel on board.
4066, yeah, that's correct, sorry, after, yeah, Lexon McMurray Dabley.
Yeah, Lexon McMurray VOR Dabley, Encore 4066.
Roger.
.6, perfect. A plane full of people go unconscious and wake up in a dimension where the Langoliers are eating literally everything as a way to... Okay.
Center, Jazz 513, checking in 240
Jazz 513, center.
Kind of feel like that about a lot of Stephen King books. It's they're either like, you know, knock it out of the park, good, or they're awful. Not a lot of middle ground there.
300.
Thank you.
Is it old? $19.95. There you go. Is it like a B movie, or is it a pretty significant release in 1995? I've heard the name before.
Fox Sierra Uniform Golf Center, ATIS Zibo. Sierra Uniform Golf.
Straight to TV. Weird that I've never seen it. Most of the passengers disappear, not pass out. So what, disappear because they were being eaten? So we should be able to get to Salt Lake City Center. Yeah, boy, 135.77.
Center, good morning, Empress 9070, and climb at 17,000.
Empress 9070 Center, climb flight level 280.
Cleared flight level 280,
The lucky ones split off into the alternate dimension. So were the Langoliers like monsters or something that they could see in that dimension? And then the other guys, obviously, they just disappeared because they were still in the real dimension? How does that work? Giant Pac-Man, like scary Pac-Man. Hang on, I'm curious now. I'm gonna pull this movie up. Fast forward through some of this. 2 hours and 58 minutes. What? What? What kind of airplane they fly in? Tri-jet of some variety. Let me see outside.
Airbus 1554 to send
Oh,
6,000.
MD-11. Nice.
6,000 cross 636, Dr. Blue, 1554.
Roger.
I don't know how to describe it, but there's like a video quality where you can tell that they use budget cameras or something. That's what I'm seeing just clicking through this. I just want to see what the monsters look like. I recognize the captain now. Oh, holy shit, those monsters are awful. It's like crappy digital effects before digital effects were really a thing. Wow, that's really bad. I wonder if the book was any good.
Empress 9070, contact center 134.9er.
349, Empress 9070.
72 miles to top of descent. Apparently there's an MD-11 being developed by the guys that did the MD-88.
For McMurray, I can get that.
Not sure when to expect that. That'd be pretty cool though. Apparently they're kind of hard to fly. Or land, rather.
Jazz 383,
Jazz 383, descend 10,000, Ada Zulu, altimeter 2968.
descend 10,000, we have Zulu, Jazz 383.
Child's Play, that's a movie with Chucky, right? The little murderous doll. Aren't they making a new one of those? What if he's involved with a new movie as well?
Alcor 3211, descend 10,000, when ready, altimeter 2968. Ada Zulu.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw a trailer or something on YouTube for a new Child's Play movie. Alright, we got top of descent on the PFT over there. Getting close. Still no failures.
Good afternoon, I'm on course 3131 with you, level 250.
Oh, core 3131, enter.
And, 60 miles. Let's see if there's any altitude restrictions.
We would like to cancel the FR, but keep the emergency services.
Beehive, we need to be below 7,500.
4, circling for 32.
Carrier 1554, roger, check down CIFR, surveillance terminated, cleared en route, report your arrival on this frequency.
Report arrival on this frequency, cleared en route, Carrier 1554.
Oh, so Beehive is going to be the probably the final approach fix. So vectors before that, 7,500. We'll just do VNAV all the way down. Still assuming no failures.
Jazz 513, requesting descent below 9 miles.
Jazz 513, descend 10,000, altimeter 2968, Ada Zulu.
10,000, and we have Zulu Jazz 500.
Here's a question, random question. Why are people like big X-plane streamers still flying under the FSX banner? I mean, I get why you would probably have done that in the first place when maybe streaming was taking off, or even flight simming as a stream was taking off, but it seems like at this point, people know that John Fly and Cat Trader, they're playing X-plane. Why do they still use the FSX thing?
20.5, just 332.
Yeah, but I'm talking about guys that are playing X-Plane. Like literally all the, Grau does it. There's nothing wrong with it, I don't think inherently. I don't understand why. It seems like if you wanted people to be coming in specifically for X-Plane, just advertise it as X-Plane.
Okay, thanks, sir. Change to my frequency 13277.
But there is one now, so why not change it?
13277, Echo Delta.
Roger.
So if you go onto the front page, like typically the largest flight sim channels are the FSX ones, which I assume is why people do it, because more people are coming in to watch that. Because maybe it kind of lumps in X-Plane and P3D or all the other civil aviation things, but it just seems like if there's the option, just use it.
Good afternoon, Air Canada 332, climbing 190.
Oh no, but so my question is, like somebody like Cat Trader, he's one of the biggest flight simmers on Twitch, right? Why does he need to advertise it? People are going to come to his streams anyway, so why not just say which one that you're using if you got the option? I don't get it.
And Uncle 4066, can you just confirm that we're at third direction, Lexon and Descent?
That's correct, yeah. Lexon, McMurray, Dowley, Fireback.
Twitch is a weird place. Like, to be honest, I don't really watch many streamers. I watch a couple of my friends, and every once in a while I'll pop in and watch a couple of Takeoff streams, or if John Fly is doing something particularly interesting, but I don't really spend a lot of time watching other people streaming. I think that's why I don't get it. Then why don't they just do that? Why don't I just make one flight sim category?
Center Cessna 182, Foxtrot, Sierra India Hotel.
Yeah, FSX, right?
Sierra India Hotel.
I guess that would include P3D, FSX, but exclude X-Plane now because there's its own separate category for that?
Bish to Cree Lake, I'm 3 to the north of Lac La Biche at 4,600, looking for flight following through the South Oil Sands area, please.
Okay, so you're in the hotel, Roger, just stand by here, I'll have a phone for you.
Like what? Without clicking on... Well, actually, I'll click on it. See what's going on here. Okay, Kerbal, yeah, probably not a flight sim. Elites, eh.
Center on clear up 4066 again, like to amend the trigger, stick to 320, please. Okay, 4066, we'll put back 320, we'll put in, thanks. Thank you.
Center Shark 9852 is down and clear in Concord.
Shark 9852, Roger, we'll close it out.
Thank you.
Definitely not flight sims. But how else? What would you categorize those as if you weren't going to put them under flight sim? I mean, it's not a simulator by our definition.
Here in the hotel, squawk 5254.
That's correct.
But it's kind of like Gran Turismo is a simulator compared to Assetto Corsa or something, right? Yeah, but to normies, you know, to non-flight sim people, that seems probably reasonable.
And so you're in the hotel, I just want to make sure you'll be able to stay clear of 204.
Let's
There's
see,
that.
what vectors, what altitude am I supposed to be at?
Here in the hotel,
10,000.
yeah, Roger that, we'll stay clear.
10,800.
Account 165, southbound traffic 240, I'll have lower for you.
Normies.
In, 4 minutes, if that works.
Speaking of normies, this flight is a effing normie. Where's the failures at?
They'll be off your right side, southbound beach 1900. Yeah, they'll be about 4 miles off your right side.
Oi, Dingo! How's it going, buddy? Long time no see. How you going, bud?
Center, there's confirmed what's the lower.
Service uniform 710,000, altimeter 2988, need a second.
710,000, got echo, there's confirmed.
Concord 4066, contact 1357.
357, Concord 4066.
I did give you that, but now I see, make it 3402.
3402, Concord 4066.
Take care.
I pulled the bottom screen up so I could just check and see what's going on with the engines to make sure there's no issues. What other games have you been playing, Dingo?
Center, we'll call Echo Delta Alpha, we're doing the handoff.
Oh, it's winter time where he's at. Do you do a lot of camping during the winter?
Echo Delta Alpha, Center, Lloyd Minster, altimeter 29091.
I kind of prefer camping during the winter at home, to be honest. It's not as humid, you can sleep easier at night. And Georgia's not particularly cold, and you have a big fire if you're warm enough. Yeah, that's what I think too. Less bugs too. Although, this one time we went camping, we were up there for 3 days, had a great time, and the day that we were leaving, taking our tent down, pulled out my sleeping bag and like little foam pad, and the biggest effing wolf spider I've ever seen in my life crawled out of the tent.
Good day from account 168, heavy 214.5.
Summer you can't have a fire, I mean like for fire reasons, for fire hazard reasons, or because it's just too hot. Yeah, for McFaddy, you kind of have to go camping during the summer, don't you? Also, during the summer during Michigan, probably not too bad to sleep outside at night.
Contact 134.9.
1349 again, 168.
Restricted reason about it. See, like during the summer for us, it's super humid and wet, so it doesn't really matter. Descending. I've only actually been a couple of times. It's not as bad as I thought it would be, but it is pretty hot during the day. It's soupy. And I'm super allergic to poison ivy, so I have to wear pants all the time, which makes it even worse. Autumn and spring, amazing. Particularly autumn, actually, with the leaves being the way that they are, like orange and red. There's a lot of conifers and stuff in middle and southern Georgia, but pretty much most of the mountains are all deciduous trees. You get crazy colors during the autumn.
Echo 147, contact me on 133.72.
Echo 147 with you on 3372.
Dash 7123, same view on 13372.
13372, Chinook 123.
Double check that we were set up. Let's check our weather, make sure everything's still good.
Westjet 391, arrival 120.5.
20.5 to you, Westjet 391.
Wind still good, 130 at 5. Visibility 10. Clouds, few at 17,000.
5108 with
3008.
Dash 7123, reduce 30 knots there for spacing. The Airco, same altitude, going same area there is about 18 miles ahead of there. You're gaining 50 knots on.
That depends on what kind of fish you're talking about.
Copy that, we'll slow 170 knots.
Oh, this is the, I remember that when I flew the P-51 to Salt Lake City. That's the airport that we landed at. What's that place called? Provo Municipal. So Salt Lake City Airport, the international airport should be up that way somewhere. That's why you got those fire warnings during the summer.
Airco 147, be cleared Christina via direct Success, direct no bid, direct.
Okay, Airco 147 is cleared for Christina Lake by direct Success, direct. No, can you give me that other point?
Nova, November Oscar Victor, India Victor.
Level 210.
Yeah, if it rained for 6 months out of the year, that would be pretty miserable. Rainy season here is pretty much a month, and it's kind of the extent that I can handle.
Airspace changes. Well, for now, re-cleared Christina by direct Success, direct no bid.
Recleared Christina Lake via Success, direct no bid, Chinook 123.
67123.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have started our descent. Enter the signal sign at
Same with Georgia. Also, when I first moved to Korea, one of the things that they bragged about constantly was the fact that they had 4 seasons. And I always thought that was really silly because it's like, yeah, we have 4 seasons too. Pretty much everybody does. But talking to Diga, I was like, I guess we don't all have 4 seasons. Not all that lucky.
Jazz 513, Rob.
Encore 3120, when ready to send 10,000, altimeter is 2981.
When ready to send 10,000, Encore 3120.
So,
Encore 3128 is now India. Contact and arrival 120.5.
20.5 now for Encore 3120.
ATIS lied to me. Said it was 10 miles visibility. Does not look like 10 miles visibility.
Skywest 5302, clear direct jam on.
3008.
Oh, is that direct jam on? Jam on for Skywest 5302?
Skywest 5302, that's affirmative, clear direct jam on, flight 500.
Direct jam on, flight 500, Skywest 5302.
Here we go. Now would be a bad time to get a runaway trim situation. So I was talking to 50 Shades of Grey, the pilot that shows up here, and he said, my assumption was if there was a runaway trim situation, all you do is turn these buttons off to stop the trim, or physically grab the wheel. And he said this thing would probably break your arm.
Skywest 5302, contact and arrival 120.5.
20.5 for arrival, Skywest 5302.
Well,
it's not like the motor is one part, which probably controls the, but it's actually connected to the, oh shit, I accidentally hit it. My bad. It's actually connected to a giant bolt that moves the elevator trim up and down.
Encore 3245, enter good day, clear direct Lexon, flight 900, Marine landing runway 25. Direct Lexon, flight plan, and
which where? 1, 2, 3, 4 more.
Airco 130.
Airco 130, I'm center, go ahead.
Airco 130, we just started up here in Conklin. Looking to depart runway 27, IVAR to Calgary.
Airco 130, Bravo, roger, clear to be Calgary Airport, Conklin, direct Quebec, flight plan route, climb 1-2000, squawk code 4241.
Airco 130, Bravo, clear to the Calgary Airport by Conklin, direct Quebec. Flight plan route, climb 1-2000, 4241.
There is, yeah, but I guess that wasn't working. The disconnect buttons are down there for the stabilizer trim. You just turn those things off. I was like, if failing that, which obviously didn't work for them, I was like, well, you just grab the trim wheel to physically stop it. And I guess I didn't realize how strong that was. I don't know what it's made out of, but I guess either that or your arm would break before it actually stopped the elevators from going up and down. How horrifying would that be?
And a 7007, descend 6,000, make your speed now 200 knots, please.
Okay, got it, 6,000, back to 200 knots, out of 700.
Alright, there's us.
1,000 to go.
That's our runway. Just to go down, do a little turn around when we get to vectors here. Actually, I don't even think we have to. Keep a... Roy is probably way down here, so we'll just go direct to bunker. That's the final approach fix for us. Super bad situation. Terrible memories. Ooh, forgot to set minimums. 2 hundo.
The 061, no delay now, descend to 3,000.
3,000, no delay, so the 061.
Double check that. ILS 16. What do we do? 16 right?
Bravo, good morning, Air Canada 447, 15,000 for 13,000 Zulu. At the 447,
Yes.
good day, Zulu, it is 3019er. It's approach 15 left, descend to 8,000. 15 left, descend 8,000, Air Canada 447. and just maintain your present heading as well. Echo Juliet Delta, medevac, you're on vectors for approach 15 left.
Present heading, vectors for 15 left. Juliet Delta, medevac.
Let's see, so it's at 118.3 for tower. In case we're coming in hot. This may be, not to jinx it. No, I was about to say, this may be the first one that we've not had any failures so far. If they were failures, it's nothing that I've noticed yet. I'm already downwind for landing right now.
Juliet Delta, medevac, descend now to
Did almost crash at
5,000.
the beginning though. I changed the arrival runway, so the VNAV stopped working right before we were getting to a part where I needed to climb to get over some mountains. But figured that situation out. Although I also, when we did the Embraer 110, I was like, no failures. And then when I went to put the landing gear out, one of them didn't come out. So don't want to speak too soon.
Saudi 061, contact arrival 12447.
12447, Saudi 061.
Yeah, this is going to take us 22 miles out. That's not going to happen. We're going to go heading select 344. And we'll descend down to, what, 8,500?
Good morning, Saudi 061 Heavy, descending 3,000.
Saudi 061, roger, at 3,000, speed of 200 knots.
At 3,000 feet, 200 knots, Saudi 061.
Good, Sony 371, speed 170 knots to Woodhill, contact tower at the Maka 118.7.
170 to Woodhill, then over to the tower 1870.
Code Juliet Delta, medevac, fly heading 240, descend to 4,000.
240, 4,000, Code Juliet Delta, medevac.
Double check, we got the ILS in here. 111.9.
1,000 to go.
111.9 there. Active on both nav 1 and nav 2, so I think we're good.
Saudi 061, 10 left, heading 240.
240, Saudi 061.
I'm not going to go all the way out here, but I do want to have like a little bit longer final just in case the landing gear decide not to come down today. Oh shit. Hold 344, please, thanks.
Code Juliet Delta, medevac, slow now to 170 knots.
170 knots to Code Juliet Delta, medevac.
Saudi 061, flying 2.
Canada 7007, 5300 for 4,000.
Canada 7007, good day, at 4,000, speed 190 knots, fuel flow, and 87 on final caution, wake head down.
Roger, leveling 4,000 with speed 190. Air Canada 7007.
$1,000 to go.
Let's go direct to Beehive.
Can we get lower because we're high on the profile point?
Yes, descend to 3,000.
Head back on LNAV. See ya. 164 runway heading. Start setting this thing up for landing.
Thousand to go.
Saudi 061, fly heading 180 to intercept, Clyde ILS 15 left approach.
Alright, I'm gonna wait a little while to give the landing gear out, but I think that's probably the last one I think I've got to worry about at this point. Fortunately or unfortunately. Everything else is looking good. Go ahead and switch it over to tower. Coming in, boys. And/or girls. 121.9 for ground control.
Roger, 1806, contact departure 1288. Flight 8 to 1806, have a nice day. Good job. Canada 411, exit Delta 4 and cross runway 24 right. Delta 4, clear to cross 4 right here,
If something happened right now, it would be bad. Low and slow. Yes, it does. After the flight, I'll check it. I forgot to do that last Friday. With the the King Air 350. Alright, we're like 12 miles from the runway, so I'm gonna see if landing gear come out. Oh yeah, 3 greens.
We'll be turning left, wind calm, so take off runway 23. We take off runway 23, Compass 5696. Virgin 7294 tower, initial heading 180 degrees, line up runway 23. Hey, initial heading 180.
It could be that there was some sort of like minuscule failure that we didn't even notice. Watch the landing gear just collapse when we touch the runway. Ooh, what's my VREF? 40 at 140. 140 knots. We're heavy today. Here we go. Glide slope is armed. We got the localizer. We are descending.
Charlie Delta Echo, contact departure 1288. Good departure, Charlie Delta Echo today. American 1157 tower, line up runway 23. Line up to 3 Canada, given 57.
$2,500.
Compass 5696, contact departure 1288.
288, Compass 5696.
Suggest 794 tower, continue number 1 traffic to depart winds calm.
Continue 23, XI 7 on 4.
Air Canada 1157 winds calm, clear takeoff, runway 23.
And for Canada 1157, we just have somebody walking from Washington. We'll have to...
Roger, Air Canada 117, no delay down, exit left on Bravo.
Left on Bravo, Air Canada 1157.
Disengage the autopilot. Turn off the auto throttle.
$1,000.
1,000 feet, stabilized, Mr. Perch, altitude set.
Virgin 7294, thanks, contact departure 188.
128, George 7294.
So 7625, contact ground 219.
Ground 29, Maple 765.
$400.
Suggest 794, wind calm, clear takeoff, runway 23.
Approaching minimums. $200 minimums. $100. 50, 40, 30, 1, 10.
Air Canada 452, wind calm, clear takeoff, runway 23.
80 knots.
Takeoff 23, Air Canada 452.
Sorry to disappoint. We made it alive.
Air Canada 7, get the person back to their seat.
That was a little disappointing.
Canada 1157, it's all sorted out. Thank you for that.
Roger, Air Canada 7, line up runway 23.
Sign up 23, Canada 1157.
Loco for Port A, thanks for the follow. Sorry we didn't have any failures. Let's get the APU going. Switch you over to ground. Get the transponder on standby.
Westjet 520, we're on Hotel 6.
Westjet 520, ground, cross 15 right and left. Taxi Bravo, hold short Romeo.
Cross 15 right left, Bravo, hold short Romeo, Westjet 520.
I'll watch a replay in a second. We'll get to the gate real quick. Fast taxi approved. The APU, that's the thing that sets on fire.
187 Air Canada 123. Good meet you.
No warnings. Actually, the flight plan that I had said to expect 1 hour and 11 minutes expected time en route, and it says 1:10 on the elapsed time here. I think I forgot to hit that for like a minute or two after takeoff, so that's pretty close. Yeah, I turned the external lights. I turn those off as soon as I got off the runway.
South Air Canada 480.
Air Canada 40 ground.
I'm basically
we got
professional.
to go now, so we are starting engines. And I'll get
No
back
idea
to
where
you
Southwest
shortly.
parks, so we'll just
Canada 40, roger.
toss it into one of these guys over here. Wait, is that a Southwest jet over there? Yeah, I ain't taxiing over there. I'm guessing, judging by the size of these planes, it looks like two... I don't know what that is. That's definitely a 777. It's probably the international side of the terminal. Yes, I'll look at the... before I do the replay, I'll look at the menu and see if there's any failures. I'd be surprised if there wasn't. Like I said, we've had one every single time. And this was the longest flight that I've done on Failure Friday.
Zulu Altimeter 2958, taxi Bravo Charlie.
Where's the line?
Bravo and Charlie for 24 right, Canada 962.
There's no parking line. You effing what, mate? Should be something like super innocuous, like the passenger seatbelt sign stopped working.
Jazz 946, contact tower 1835.
Contact tower, Jazz
Oh, way left. Easy, easy. Full throttle.
Jazz 901, continue Charlie, hold short Bravo.
Charlie short Bravo, Jazz 901.
Alright, let's see if there were any failures. What would that be?
Air Canada 920 short.
Found this last time. There's like a menu. Developer.
Canada 920, ground 24 right, data is Zulu Altimeter 2958, taxi left on Charlie.
Charlie, 24 right, Air Canada 920.
Sky Jordan 7361 at Alpha Lima.
Jazz 952, ground, taxi Bravo Charlie.
Bravo Charlie, Jazz 952.
I found the menu last time. Maybe it was through the TBM. I thought there was a way to do that.
And 7361 at Alpha Lima.
7361, ground 23
Logbook?
Zulu Altimeter 2958, taxi Alpha, hold short Alpha Kilo.
Alright, let's see. Full edit failures. Expand all the menus. Jeez, okay. There is a lot of stuff that can go wrong in here, eh? This looks different, though. I swear there was like a different menu that shows precisely what failed. Well, at least we're receiving a visual representation of how many things can actually go wrong. What left wing 1? What, the wing falls off? I don't know. Hold on. Yeah, maybe we didn't have one. No, 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 no. I can't remember. It's counterintuitive to what you would expect. I think that just means that in its current state, it's always working. But when you you toggle the failures by turning on the global mean time. So this thing down here, the global mean time between failures. So that's on and set to 400. Horex, thanks for the host.
On to 33 right, hold for Tango Canada.
I'm guessing that the menu that we had last time was just for the TBM then. Wait, data output maybe? No. What the heck? How do I find... Mr. Kelly, thanks for the follow. I'll have to do some research, but last time I flew the TBM, we found a menu afterwards that showed that the magnetometer had failed. So there's obviously some kind of menu like that for the TBM. I just thought it was X-Plane native. Maybe it is not. Anyway, we'll watch the replay. So if you're just joining today for the first time, on Fridays we do Failure Fridays, where we turn on the failures and reduce the mean time between failures, so that we usually... I've had one every single flight until today, it looks like. So it's just a boring old normal 737 flight. It's not the right one way at all. Keeper, long time no see, buddy. How's it going? Ooh, the flu. Forget it's winter down there where you're at. There we go. That's the right runway. How you doing, Horrocks? Yeah, uninstalled the landing rate plugin, sorry. But it was probably 118. Now it's 118 forever. It did look a little stiff, though. A little bit of wing flex. Watch the wings bounce when we touch down here. Which side? Left side, right side? That's a pretty good idea. So does this mean we just completed, that was the longest flight that we've ever done for Failure Friday, right? Does that mean I should reduce the mean time between failures to like 350?
The tower's Bravo, November Sierra, over QRX for 24 left.
Oscar Bravo, November Sierra, Tower, wind calm, search lines, runway 24 left.
Nothing.
Clear land 24 left would be enough.
This was the first flight that we've done where nothing failed, and it was the longest one yet. And with one of the most complex airplanes, right? I figured something would have had to go wrong. Yeah, exactly. The only thing that was broken was the stream. That's true. That's the meta failure. Didn't quite make it past the whole short line there. I could go back to final approach and do a failure. We could induce one. Oh, the one in the Embraer, that one, the nose wheel landing gear didn't come out. And I couldn't figure out how to get the emergency extension handle to work. Why would I need an APU on final approach? This effing guy
920
shows up with the flu, spreading his germs all over chat.
Continue, try to hold the main to 1835.
After the vehicle, Charlie to holding bay 1835 Air 10.
Well, technically, the rules are like a successful Failure Friday means you either arrive at the destination with a survivable landing, or you crash land somewhere without making collisions with trees or cars or something like that. So technically, that was a win.
73 contact tower 1835.
Lady McFaddy, have a good one. See ya. Leather seats in the cabin? Yeah. You have the Zibo, you know what's going on in here. You can't open that during replays? What the?
Alpha Kilo. 7361, taxi Alpha Hotel.
Or maybe it's just first class. So my camera's locked outside the airplane. What is Ryan here? Just bales of hay? I'm not sure how I feel about the Southwest livery. The colors are okay, but it kind of looks like just a giant eggplant. I've lost touch with reality. You're the one flying Ryanair around. Alrighty, boys and girls. Apologize for the Friday failure with no failure in our flight. Maybe next week. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. Keeper, I hope you feel better. It's good to see you. It's been a while. McFaddy, if you're still out there, I'd love you. Have a good day at work. Loco for Portal, thanks for the subs. Horex, as always, pleasure to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the host. Gamer called Chris, good to see you. Probably back tomorrow morning my time, so we'll see you in a few hours, somewhere thereabouts. Cheers, boys and girls. See ya.